Texas A&M is setting up shop in McAllen, Texas. Joining us on 710 KURV from the Texas A&M system, Chancellor John Sharp. Many years that I've been in media, 20 years now, and with an old mentor of mine, Bill Summers. I remember your name through the halls of Texas legislature and in politics. The Valley, the Texas border, has always had a very special place in your heart. Why is that, sir?
I don't know. I mean, it's just good friends. Back when I was in politics and I was campaigning, I remember if I'd get in a bad mood, my campaign managers would always send me to the Valley for a couple of days so that I'd come back and be nice. I just have a lot of good friends down there, and relationships always been a special place. If you look at it from the point of view of Texas, the Valley is a huge part of what Texas is going to be 20 and 30 years from now. If you don't treat the Valley nice, Texas is not going to look very 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, there's so much happening.
Why we're there.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a few days now. Some of the economic development folks down here. There's so much happening in the Rio Grande Valley. All of a sudden, the Valley is now on the map for new industry and different type of industry, energy, even space exploration. Who'd have thunk it? This is beyond the wildest dreams and visions of economic development directors, visionaries from 20 years ago. The world is arriving right here to South Texas, to the Valley. How can A&M complement that with curriculum?
Well, we make sure that the workforce is very well educated. What we're going to put in the Rio Grande Valley is not Texas A&M McAllen or Texas A&M Rio Grande Valley. We're going to put Texas A&M in the Valley. In other words, the entrance requirements to go to this university that we're going to have in McAllen are the same as Texas A&M. The ring is the same. The diploma is the same. You go to that university that we're going to put there once it becomes a branch, and it's the same as going to Texas A&M University. And so we're bringing not another system school to the Rio Grande Valley. We're bringing the flagship to the Rio Grande Valley. And here's why it's important. All the stuff that you just mentioned was predictable.
That's amazing. That's at the blink of an eye. Boom, there it is. A Tier 1 university in McAllen. Just like that.
Well, but it wasn't a blink of an eye. I mean, Chuy Hinojosa, Alonzo Cantu, Ramon Garcia, Mayor Sterling, all of those state representatives, Ruben Hinojosa, we've been meeting and talking about this for 3.5 years. It's not a blink of an eye. I mean, these folks have been working very closely with us. What's amazing is that we kept it quiet for so long, but it has been a really. I mean, Mayor Darling and I have had a few beers over this.
Now I see why you constantly came to South Texas. You had a headache the following Monday when you went back to Austin, didn't you? A lot of those days, didn't you? Yeah. All right. Joining us on 710 KURV, Texas A&M System Chancellor John Sharp. Here we are. Texas A&M is coming to the Rio Grande Valley, setting up shop in McAllen. And one of the visionaries behind this, the developer Mike Rhodes, his master plan community, which is like 2,600 acres, has an industrial park and retail and homes and all that type of stuff that's building up around it. That is going to feed into the university as well.
Yeah, we're not worried about demand, that's for sure. That's one of the fastest growing areas of the country. But our deans and our president, Mike Young, we want to also start having an impact on high schools and elementary schools.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, we're talking. Our engineering school has already began a relationship down in Brownsville with the community college there to start the process of engineering. Our engineering dean is talking to high school people and to elementary school. One of the things that there is a shortage of is there is a shortage of minority engineers, and there's particularly a shortage of women engineers. And so what we've got to do is get in the high school, elementary schools, and explain to young women that engineering is not just about building roads and buildings. This is about building new hearts and building biomedical sciences and all of these kinds of things. And healthcare. Engineering is very different now than it was when we were in high school. And so I predict that you will see in that same subdivision A&M's strong involvement with high schools and elementary schools right there as well.
How do you see, in your mind, the brick and mortar flying and then the hiring and the opening up of the doors? What's going to happen near future?
Well, it should start. It should open about 2017. I mean, we've got the rendering now of sort of what the building is going to look like. If I were guessing, I would say that A&M is probably going to add to the original plans to make it bigger, because it's going to be a good place also to consolidate some of our other offices, to put our extension service, to put our Healthy South Texas initiative, some of their offices and things like that, where it becomes not just a place for academics, but a place for all of the services that Texas A&M is even now provides in the Rio Grande Valley with agriculture, citrus screening studies, all that kind of stuff.
Texas A&M System Chancellor John Sharp joining us on 710 KURV. Texas A&M opening up shop in McAllen sometime in the not-too-distant future. It's a real deal, Tier 1 Texas A&M shop that's going to set up right here in McAllen. How does research fit into, and what does it fit into here in South Texas? Is it medical sciences? Is it agriculture?
Well, one of the things that's going to be taught there, according to the president, is biomedical sciences. And biomedical science is a very interesting degree at A&M because it's not been duplicated, although they've tried, not been duplicated at any other university in the country. This is a degree where you go into biomedical sciences, and at the end of that undergraduate studies, you can become a doctor, you can become a nurse, you can become a veterinarian, or anything having to do with healthcare. And it's the only place in the country that's possible. So there's a lot of kids in the valley in that field of study. I met two or three of them just the other day. We were down in the valley, but with regard to research, there's already a lot of research being done in agriculture in the valley, of course, with regard to citrus screening, everything else that happens. Texas A&M Kingsville is also doing research. Ruby red grapefruits came out of that research. Texas Star grapefruits, all that. But A&M itself is the largest research university, not just in Texas, but this research university in the southwestern United States. So it's one of the top. It's the only school in the state that's in the top 20 in research in the nation.
Do you see Texas A&M capitalizing on the pool of talent that we need to shovel over to oil and liquefied natural gas, and even the aeronautics sector?
Absolutely. Our engineering team is already beginning a relationship with Elon Musk on the Hyperloop project and several other things.
Chancellor Sharp, thank you. We'll keep in touch.
Okay, Sir Joe. Take care.
Texas A&M System Chancellor John Sharp on 710 KURV.